Well, hello and welcome to day 12. Today we have a tangle that I've never used before. Its name is Amath. I hope that that's the way for it to be pronounced by Mar Patricio. And it's basically a tangle that's created in a fragment, in a triangular fragment. So I will just start, adding it somewhere here. If you see some color on my fingers, that's because I was playing with watercolors. So these are happy fingers, happy colored fingers. Don't judge. The color sticks to the fingers. So I started with this triangle and then I will add an aura line inside. And after I'm done with that, I will reverse this. It's kind of an A and then a V. And I will also add aura lines to this. And now what you would do is typically just mirror this, and it's exactly what I will do by extending these two lines. So I just assume that this is continuing below these tangles that are already here. And then I do the same thing again, an A and an aura line, and I will do the same thing on the opposite side. So this is the basic tangle. It's actually this, the triangular fragment. It's very easy. And then when you do the basic shape like this, it's just a question what you will do, how you will embellish it, or fill with tangles, or fill with ink. And I think I will try something just crossed my mind. Need a new pen maybe. So I will do like a half. We'll just split it in two halves, and in one of them I will ink in the spaces outside of those auras, and in the other I will ink in the auras. Let's see if it makes sense. Whether it makes sense or not, anyone can judge it for themselves. It's just an idea, and you can of course do whatever you feel that is best. But I'm thinking now about adding another one on this side, and I will just go ahead and do it, starting with this kind of a rhomboid shape. Is it a rhombus or a very similar name, I guess, that we use in Croatian language, and the aura line. And then we add these V, and the V will meet in this center. So one side, and then I can just extend it to the other side. And then of course we will add an aura line to the V, and then another. There's basically a V upside down, or just the way it should be, repeating the same shape all over again. Now just to make it maybe a little bit more interesting, I will not use the same way to fill it. I will use these lines, and I'm not even sure, maybe the lines that are just aura lines following the shape inside. So any option of course is on the table. You can embellish these any way you want. I'm not sure if I should do anything in this. Maybe just to create more contrast, I will ink these two in. Okay, this might be it as far as tangling goes, and now it's just a question how to shade it. And here I want to first add the shade right next to the tangles that surround it, because it's kind of disappearing below those tangles, so I want to enhance that. And other than that, I will search for these lines that seem to disappear behind the other ones. And I think it's enough for the first one, and then for the second one I will more or less do the same. Enhance these shapes that are hiding or disappearing below the other ones. And then I will take a blending stump and just blend it lightly, especially over these parts that are inked in, because the paper, this paper, you know, it's not like a watercolor paper that's very resistant. This is quite soft, so you always need to be mindful when you are layering things, and keep your tortillon or blending stump at a very low angle like this, so that you don't scratch it with the tip of your blending stump. You need a bigger surface of the blending stump that's in touch with your paper, so that you can blend it easier. And finally, I will take the white pencil and just enhance some of these to kind of enhance the shapes that are on top of the other shapes. And this is just too, I think, too small to go in with a blunt. I need to sharpen it. White pencil, so I will go in with the jelly roll, and this is the jelly roll 10, so it's quite bold, which is fine. So I'm just enhancing this contrast, and as you use the white jelly roll over the colored background, the background which is colored with watercolors like this one, it will slightly just absorb some of the color from the background, and the white will probably not be as white, as bright white as it would be on, let's say, Renaissance style. Just so you know, if it's not bright enough, you can add another layer after it's dry, like I'm doing right now. But this is basically it, and it looks, I don't know, not the one that I would choose for this design, I mean for this particular setting, but I'm not choosing the tangles, they're just, you know, coming in day by day, and you know, I would like to see it in a grid. It's a perfect grid tangle, so some kind of an isometric grid or something like that would be the best way to use it. But let's see what comes next and how this will evolve. Thanks for being here with me, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.